it's me, Dr. Fuck. There's construction going on outside. Sounds metal, don't it? Speaking of metal, here I am on my original YouTube channel, The Eternal Idols. Try to put up as many videos as I can to keep it current, but there's nothing going on in the Black Sabbath world, so I'm just inventing stuff. And what I'm going to do now is I have every Black Sabbath album in front of me, and I'm going to pick what's my favorite song off each album. Okay? Some of you may agree, some of you may disagree. I know most of you will agree and disagree. So, hey, feel free to put your list of favorite tracks off each album below. So, let's start. Here we go with the first one, Black Sabbath. Now, this is it really is a no-brainer to say Black Sabbath. And I do want to say Black Sabbath. I really do. And my opinion may change tomorrow. I may say the best song on here is Black Sabbath. But believe it or not, I mean, I've been thinking this for a while. My favorite song off here is the cover. No, Not Evil Woman. The Warning. The Ansley Dunbar Band. The way this album ends. This is my favorite song off the album as of now. Like all these albums, it may change, but as of now, The Warning is my favorite song off the first Black Sabbath album. Okay. Next one, Paranoid. My favorite song off Paranoid has been my favorite forever, and I don't think that's ever going to change. My favorite off here is Electric Funeral. Love that fucking song. One of the heaviest Sabbath songs. Master Reality contains my all-time favorite Black Sabbath song. Yeah, it can be countercultural. Yeah, I can say a deep track like Megalomania or something like that. But no, my favorite Black Sabbath song of all time is Children of the Grave. So that is my favorite song off Master of Reality. Now, my favorite Black Sabbath of all time, this one's difficult. Because I love Corn. It's almost like a three-way tie with Cornucopia and Snowblind and Supernaut. But you know what? I only can pick one, so fuck it. Supernaut is my favorite off this album. Supernaut. But pretty much a three-way tie, but come on. Alright, Sabbath Bloody Sabbath. Man, this is difficult because, and again, I don't mean to be countercultural, because I would love to say Spiral Architect. I really would. Because that song's a fucking masterpiece. But you know what? I'm going to go with the first track. The title track. Sabbath Bloody Sabbath is my favorite track on here. But National Acrobat is nothing to sneeze at. But it is my favorite track. The first song, Black Sabbath, heavy as balls. I love that song. Sabbath Bloody Sabbath is my favorite off here. Alright, Sabotage. Alright, I'll go counterculture on you. Definitely Megalomania is my favorite off here. Hands down, and hands down is not a good way to say it, because the Writ, Step to the Universe, Holding the Sky Through It All are all masterful killer songs. But I gotta go with Megalomania. And plus, it's also my second favorite song from Black Sabbath, right behind Children of the Grave. Almost said C. Technical Ecstasy. This one's kind of easy for me. I don't know what I said on my review. Like I say, I always change my mind. I probably said Dirty Women's my favorite, or All Moving Parts Stand Still. Both amazing songs, but it has changed. I'm pretty sure it has changed through the years, because that review was over 10 years ago. But You Won't Change Me. That's my favorite song off here. You Won't Change Me. Side note, my band used to practice 1 block away from Criteria Studios, where they recorded this. Never Say Die. Grossly underrated. Probably the most underrated of the 70s stuff. Sure, it's not as good as, I think it's better than Technical, but it's not as good as anything from Sabotage Down. But I love this album, and oddly enough, this is the one I listen to the most. Go figure. You know what? I know forever Junior's Eyes has been my favorite off this album, and I'm sure I said it in the review. But man, Air Dance, man. Air Dance is quickly becoming my favorite, but still not. So Junior's Eyes is still my favorite on here. But boy, Air Dance is so close. I love that song. Air Dance is a masterpiece. All right. Now, mind you, I'm not going to be picking, I only got 2 live albums to show. I'm not going to pick stuff from like Hammersmith or Past Lives, even though Past Lives has this. But this is Live at Last, something I bought in 1980 from the back of a magazine. I think it was Cream Magazine or something. We're advertising the Black Sabbath album, and I ordered it, and it took about 6 months for it to arrive. And I love this album. I absolutely love it. I believe it was supposed to be released. The band hated it, and never was released, but you know, they had crappy management, so they released it without their consent. But I love this fucking album, and you know what? My favorite on here is Wicked World. I love the long jam and the drum solo, the guitar solo. Wicked World is my favorite off here of this amazing killer raw live album. Alright, now we leave the Ozzy era and we go to Heaven and Hell. Now I don't remember what I said in the review, what my favorite track on here. Should be Heaven and Hell, but no. Die Young. Die Young is my favorite off here. Fuck yeah, I probably did say that in my review. Mob Rules. Alright, I'll go counterculture on this motherfucker. I love this album. Sign of the Southern Cross, the title track, Turn on the Night, Country Girl. Fucking great songs, you know, but I'm going to have to go with Falling Off the Edge of the World. That song is so fucking amazing. Probably, you know, such a mellow intro to probably the heaviest, bombastic fucking kick-ass Dio era track. But you know what? It's not my favorite Dio era Black Sabbath song, and it's not on Heaven and Hell either. It's on a different album that Dio did with Sabbath. Coming up, you'll see what is my favorite song from that album is my favorite song from the Dio era. But Falling Off the Edge of the World, masterpiece. Live Evil. I'm not the biggest fan of Dio doing Black Sabbath songs. But you know what? My favorite track on here is Dio doing a early Black Sabbath song. That's what I meant, early Black Sabbath. Black Sabbath, the song Black Sabbath. No, I like the original more with Ozzy, but I just love the way Dio sings Black Sabbath on here. It's so menacing and evil and killer, and just fucking love it. So that is my favorite track off Live Evil, the version of Black Sabbath, Born Again. Fucking masterpiece. I think I used to not like Keep It Warm that much, but man, now I love it. I love every song on this album, including Digital Bitch. A lot of people have a problem with that one. Not me. I love that song. But my favorite off here is Disturbing the Priest. Trashed is a very close second, but Disturbing the Priest is fucking amazing. My favorite song off Born Again, and I don't have a problem with the production of this album. What's supposed to be a Tony Iommi solo album, the 7-star. This one, man, it's either In for the Kill or Danger Zone. I love the title track too, and Hard Like a Wheel. In for the Kill, Danger Zone. Probably In for the Kill. I'll say In for the Kill. I love this album, by the way. Okay, Eternal Idols. This is my favorite album with Tony Martin. A lot of people are like, ooh, I like the Ray Gillen version better. Well, in my opinion, Tony Martin pretty much nailed the Ray Gillen version. So I can't say one's better than the other. But this is my favorite of the Tony Martin era. The Shining, Ancient Warrior should be my favorite because it's such a good song. Glory Ride, I love. Nightmare, Born to Lose. Lost Forever, killer tune. But I'm going to go with the title track. Eternal Idol is my favorite song off this album. Hey, I named my channel off it. Alright, here's a stack of CDs, because I don't own these on vinyls, but I do have the original IRS pressings, because I bought all these when they were new, and as I understand, these are very expensive now. Headless Cross. My favorite song off Headless Cross is Black Moon. Black Moon was actually a demo from the Eternal Idols era, but I do love this album, not as much as the rest of the world. If you see my review, you'll see how I like Eternal Idols much more. But man, you know, Killing the Spirit World, When Death Calls, Headless Cross, Nightwing. I love Tony's vocals on there. But I'm going to go with Black Moon. Black Moon is my favorite song off this album. Alright, Tear. Tear, this one's kind of easy. I really like this album. I know a lot of people have a problem with this one. I don't know why. I think it's a great fucking, you know, it's a little more power metal, you know. But man, this one's kind of easy for me, you know. I like, you know, a lot of these tunes, but to me, it's the Sabbath Stones. The Sabbath Stones is my favorite song off Tear. All right, The Return of Ronnie James Dio, and it features my all-time favorite Black Sabbath song with Dio. Now, mind you, as much as I love Dehumanizer, I like Heaven and Hell and Mob Rules more. I know a lot of people are saying, no, Dehumanizer is the best Dio album, but you guys are countercultural, bro. Nah, I'm just kidding. Your opinion's yours, mine's mine. My all-time favorite song of Black Sabbath with Ronnie James Dio is I. I is my favorite song off this album, and my favorite Ronnie James Dio song with Sabbath. I fucking rules. Alright, then he's gone, and then we got Cross Purposes. Now, Cross Purposes, which is a good album. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of this one, but it has its moments that I really like Eyewitness and a few other ones. I ain't wearing my glasses, but I'm going to go with Evil Eye. Evil Eye would be my favorite song. What ends this album is my favorite song of Cross Purposes. Then we come with Forbidden. Forbidden, I'm not the biggest fan of Forbidden. But, you know, it does have its moments, and Kiss of Death is a close second. But my favorite song on here is Rusty Angels. I love Rusty Angels. Good shit. But, you know, this album, I can't wait to see what Tony Iommi's going to do, because I understand he's remixing this shit. So we'll see what happens with that. The Reunion Live album, which has two, I'm going to judge it by the two studio tracks. I absolutely love Psycho Man. Psycho Man kind of borrows a lot from Megalomania. To me, that's a good thing. And I dig it. I dig Psycho Man. My favorite song off Reunion. Now, the Dio Years, which is really a compilation with like 4 new tracks. And I'm going to go with, looking at the tracks. I didn't really do my research. I didn't really think out or write down a list what's my favorite. So, excuse me as I look at these tracks. We have The Devil Cried, Shadow of the Wind, and Ear in the Wall. I'm going to go with Shadow in the Wind. I like all 3 tracks, but Shadow in the Wind, that's my favorite off here. Okay, then they went off to do, you know, this is Black Sabbath, come on. Who are we bullshitting here? I know they called it Heaven and Hell. I mean, but technically, I think they should have called the band Heaven and Hell even in 1980. Because it doesn't sound like classic Sabbath to me. Even though it's perfect, you know, that's the difference between Ronnie James Dio Sabbath and Ozzy Sabbath. With Dio, it was just perfection. With Ozzy, it was loose and organic, and I don't know, that's probably why I like Diano Maiden more than Dickinson Maiden, because I like that organic, real feel. But I like Perfection as well, and this album's, I think, grossly underrated, actually. A lot of people, and I gotta admit, it's a grower. It didn't really, you know, resonate with me that well at first, till I kept hearing it over and over and over again. But you know that Bible Black was the one that, you know, got me. The first time I heard it, it's like, okay, that I love. But the rest, you know, man, you know, I really grown to especially Follow the Tears. I love Follow the Tears and Eating the Cannibal. A little cheesy, but it's awesome. Adam and Evil. Fear is awesome. This is a really good song, Breaking Into Heaven, which is a great way for Dio to end his musical career. The last song he recorded on an album, Breaking Into Heaven, before he passed away. But I'm going to go with Bible Black. And I love this album. But you know what? I like The Humanizer and Mob Rules and Heaven and Hell more. Alright, now we come to the end. 13. Now, I'm not a fan of this album. I've tried. I really have. You know, it's got some great riffs, some good song ideas, but it's the drumming that really bothers me on here. It just doesn't have that magic. And technically, my favorite song on here is really one of the bonus tracks. Methadelic. I can't even remember the fucking song. I have it on CD somewhere, but I didn't pull it out. The one that sounds like methademic or something. That's my favorite on here. But if I'm going to judge by the shit that was actually released, I think I'm going to go with Damaged Soul, I guess, because I really like the solo on there. Age of Reason's probably a close second, but there you go. Not a big fan. Alright, then we come to the final one, really, the end, which was only sold at shows, and I want to thank, and I have the worst memory in the world, and if you were the one that sent me this, please leave me a comment, and I'm sorry that I can't remember your name, but he not only sent me this for free, but a bunch of Black Sabbath coasters, which was so cool of him. And believe it or not, this one's pretty good. Actually, I know it's kind of like an EP, but I like these songs more than the songs off 13, believe it or not. And was it even sold in stores? I don't even know. But you know, my favorite on here is that second track. I'm trying to read it right. Cry All Night. I like that song. So there you go. That's it. That's my favorite songs off Black Sabbath. I also pulled out these singles that I acquired when I was on tour with my band. I got these when we played North Carolina. And I gotta say, man, the live version of Heaven and Hell and Die Young is my favorite version. And this one brings a killer version of Die Young. This is the Mob Rules one. Well, if you want to get this on CD, it's on the remastered or anniversary or whatever it is, which Terrence Reardon, my friend, got me. Thank you, Terrence. So I got it on CD. So there you go, man. That's my favorite songs off each Black Sabbath album. Next video I make, I'm going to talk about my least favorite song off those albums. And you know it's going to be very painful because a lot of the songs I'm going to pick, especially from the early albums, are songs I love. But they'll be my least favorite from those songs. If you agree or disagree, that's your fucking problem, bro. I don't care. Even if you agree with me, I don't care. But leave down comments below and let us know what your favorites are. I'm sure a lot of people are curious to see that. I am. So thanks for watching, guys. Black Sabbath rules, my all-time favorite band, hands down. Later.